Is that I've actually never heard that song before. Is that an
Really?
original or
No,
no?
well, actually, Guy Cruz wrote that song,
Oh, wow,
and we
okay.
did it on our Pure Heart CD a long time ago.
I must not have bought that one because they didn't know you yet and stuff.
Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna hold that against you.
Oh wow, that was good. And you did like a little bit. Your guitar is tuned normally, right?
No,
is it
that's
in
slack.
Oh,
It's
it
in
is in
slack,
slack.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you
I-
play also slack key then?
A little bit. I used to say that I do, but I've been shamed by a couple of people who ask me if I play slack, and I play a song, and then they totally rip, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't really play slack.
Did you study with anybody?
Yeah, I studied with Ozzy
Oh, okay.
Otani, yeah, for a little while, and I wanted to really do it, but I was in college at the time, and I had Naoivi and Kalihi going on, and I was working, and I had school, so I never practiced. So it didn't progress, And then at a certain point, it's like, I just don't have time.
Well, I don't want to bring shame to his name, but Ozzy was also my teacher.
Really?
I can venture to say that I'm possibly his laziest student.
No, I think I got you beat on that. And what's sad is I'm an actual guitar player, and I still couldn't get it down.
Well, yeah, but because Ozzy works on basically he'll give you material to study, teach you some techniques, and you call them up when you're ready for another lesson, right? So I did my first one, it was an intro. We sat down, we talked story for a bit. Just that first day I learned so much about what slack key is. And the history and the roots behind it. We learned a few techniques. He gave me some songs to study. So it was, what was it? It was Kimo Slack Key and Kani Kihoalu, which
Kimo
Ozzy
Slack
wrote.
is a dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they're pretty easy songs, right? So I called them up maybe a month later, went back for my second lesson, and it's been about 8 years. So still working on it.
So we're waiting for lesson number 3 still.
Yeah. So just in progress.
Okay.
So what's the deal with your voice? Were you born with your deep, raspy? I mean, is this, and I'm sure people ask you this all the time, but when you start singing, it's not what people would expect to come out of your body, and
Right.
It's just wow.
Well, first of all, technically, your vocal pitch is based on the length of your vocal cords. So if you have very long vocal cords, you're going to have a lower voice. If you have short vocal cords, you're going to have a very high voice. So your body type, I guess, has something to do with it, but it just depends on what kind of vocal cords you have is going to be the depth of your tone, And when I started singing, I remember singing a lot when I was a little kid, so I can kind of think that that's where it started. Although I didn't really consider myself, I don't think I was a good singer by then. It's not like I was doing talent shows or anything. But when I started singing in high school and stuff, my problem was I couldn't sing at a low volume. Like everything was yelling, basically. And so I did take vocal lessons to learn how to actually sing and control my voice and all that kind of stuff. The raspy part, I don't know whether I just think I have like some kind of sinus infection. constant like. What's really bad is I just did a gig last night, and I was telling the audience that like I can't eat a couple hours before I sing, or else I'll lose my voice. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because something happens with like my gullas or whatever, and then if I start singing, even now, like I can hear myself, I'm all rasped up, and it's only because I ate a burger like an hour and a half ago, and so I have to wait until after I sing to eat. And so people are always like, oh, how do you stay so skinny? You go to all these events. I'm like, well, I can't eat, until I'm done singing. And usually that's at the tail end of every event.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you can eat now. We have all our, cold, food that we ate 3.5 hours ago, but you've been, So I usually don't eat at the gigs. I just go home after whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. I think I have some kind of nasal problem. So that's the secret, kids.
Right on. Well, whenever I get sick, I sing Cruz family songs and Jon Yamasato songs.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, naturally I can produce those raspy tones.
It is a problem for me though, because I can't sing very high because I don't have a falsetto. And I think it has something to do with the fact that my voice is so bust up just in general,
Mm-hmm.
But well, whatever. You gotta work with what you got.
So Griz, are we too old? Are you relating to our conversation at all, or you're kind of quiet over there, co-host?
No, just listening.
Yeah, Griz, the point of the co-host is to help the host.
Talk. Well, Paul can go forever, so I just.
Also, so what do you do at the shop? You know, we're a family business, and I mean, you know, John and I, we get along well, and you know, anybody we work with obviously fits into the family. But you know, to highlight what we do, and you know, at events, magazine photo shoots, video shoots, it's always me and my immediate blooded family that gets the attention. And you know, since he's here, perfect opportunity, Griz. And just share a little bit about yourself and how we got to meet you, and you know, where you came from.
Well, at the shop, well, like, John plays slack key. I don't play. I just slack off.
No, we know you don't play.
I'm the production manager at Kaloha, so I'm in charge of making sure our guys know what to make, when to make them, and so if you don't get your ukuleles on time, it's probably my fault.
Oh,
we're trying our
Everybody got
best.
that, so
Said
it's
that,
not my fault. It's Griz's
It's
fault.
my fault. So come see me if you have a problem. But we actually met through a cousin of mine that was working there, and brought me in 7 years ago, and
Oh, you've been there that long?
yeah.
Good lord.
Yes, I've known you two for 7 years.
Jeez.